It is that time of the year where I have to be dragging hoses down, because guess what? It was cold last week, and this week is like dry and hot. So I have to water these plants, and you can see my tomatoes are finally coming in there. But anyway, I've already eaten in this garden, so which is cool. So I have to do all of my flowers, to be honest with you. You see, last week we did have a lot of rain. That's why the bird bath has a lot of water in it. But the thing about pot planting is it's a little bit of a hard work, because you have to drag hose around, which I'm not too fond of, but something I have to do. But these plants are very easy to grow. They are annuals here, meaning they will die out in the winter, unless I had a way to put them inside, like a see, I've actually seen birds play in here. So this, by the way, the reason why I planted this here, I want to attract birds. But I mean, I've seen some play, but not the ones that I want to see. Anyway. I know that's a lot of pressure on there, but that's okay. They can take it. By the way, there's my other garden there on the ground, and it's actually doing well because I actually put a fence around it. I see so many bunnies in my yard, and it's nice that that I have that little fence there that Mr. E did for me. Look, I have this mint that comes back every year. Here's the thing, when you're a gardener, you've got to notice the little things, okay? This is not, this is a weed here, and that's mint over there, okay? So you can see they're slightly different. Look, that's a weed, and that's mint. And I planted the mint here across, basically from my garden, because it does take over. So I made sure I put it on the wild side of the garden. My garden is full of weeds because it is that time of the year where it's starting to get hot. So I don't need to water this year, but I'm just watering because I'm already watering. But I really don't need to water because they are on the ground, which is the beauty of planting on the ground. It holds moisture much better than, like contained gardens. So using the ground is better for your plants than using containers. So, but I'm just watering here as well. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a quick tour of my garden. So here is the pergola, which basically I used to plant. I planted this actually when it was really small, and it is growing. I need to make sure that I let it, like climb up. This is jasmine, and it smells really good. And this is just a sitting area. I always wanted to have a bench here, but I don't know why I have never gotten around to buying one. But this is my Japanese maple. So just to give you an idea, so this is the side of my garden that is very natural. Everything here is natural. This is our fire pit here, and we have these lights put up when Kit and Luke were graduating, and they're still here and they still work very well. But if you notice, I have this side of the garden which is very rugged and kind of like, woodsy, and with all the trees that are up here. And then I have the other side. I used to have to jump here to get to this side, and I had to put this bridge. But here is like, it's more of the formal side. And then we have our grilling area over there, and we have the peach tree, we have the Mexican Mexican chaste tree, and I have a plum tree over there which started producing fruit for the first time. And of course the squirrel ate pretty much all the peaches. There's only there's still quite a few left, but you can see it's the first year that I'm actually getting some peaches on this tree. And I saw this little, you know what, climbing my tree and basically ravaging it. So annoying, but anyway, it's part of nature. So that's how they survive. Okay, so I'm gonna show you my favorite part of the garden now, which is the wildest side of my garden. So I love this side because it's very narrow. I love this side because it kind of makes me feel like I'm away from it all. But this is the little path here we made, again, very, very informal, and was designed for me to feel like kind of away, basically in the woods. But you see the dry creek here, and it goes all the way, and when it's raining, and goes under the bridge and on the other side of the bridge, and when it's raining, this thing fills up with water and so beautiful to look at.
I guess Luke finds the running water interesting. He's out there.
And I will show you hopefully in this video. But yeah, and this is the side of the house. So I planted all the shade loving trees here. So this is here is a what is it called again? Crepe myrtle. And it's natural in southern United States, so it's very easy to grow. It grows in the shade, grows in the sun. And I have a lot of hostas here and some fans, and I have this again, another dogwood here. I think it's called Japanese dogwood. Flowered for the first time. I was so excited when I saw the flowers after 12 years. People flowered. I was like, whoa, my mind was blown. But anyway, so I have here the rhododendrons, which love shade, but they didn't. Maybe they'll still bloom. I don't know. But more hostas, they're very good, I think, at choking the weeds, doing a much better job than any other plant I have here. And I have azaleas, and that's a weed right here. And here is a hydrangea. These are camellias. They bloom. This guy is gonna bloom soon. Hopefully it will get blooms. I did get blooms last year, and I was able to cut some flowers. And this here is a camellia. It blooms in the winter time. And these are, I think, lilies. Can't recall the name. I know I'm getting it wrong. But anyway, more camellias. And this is my Japanese maple. Probably one of the best Japanese maples out there. It's absolutely brilliant fall color. And absolutely beautiful. And then this is just, you know, like you have to keep things green throughout the year. But guess what? My August beauty is blooming. You see those white flowers over there? They smell absolutely wonderful. And we still have Christmas decorations. And it's June. But anyway, hopefully somebody will find the courage to take them down. But anyway, so I went to this garden group, and I asked them, what is this weed? Because, you know, it's everywhere, and I've been trying to get rid of it, trying to kill it. It's just so stubborn. But again, one of those things that grow naturally because they are in their environment, they're thriving without me. Even when I try to kill them, they're still thriving, which, by the way, is proof of what happens when you're in your natural environment. You tend to be strong, you tend to survive, you tend to do well. Okay, and plants basically have taught me that having the right environment is what allows you to thrive. That applies to us as human beings. And here, to go back to the tour, this is my front yard. That guy blooms like this beautiful yellow. It's called forsythia. Blooms this beautiful yellow flowers in end of winter, early spring. And then I have just the bushes here, the holly over there, beautiful winter fruits that absolutely look beautiful with the snow, look absolutely beautiful. And so I have a lot of weeds because it's that time of the year where things are just, you know, like not good. And these, again, maple trees, these three guys here, we had them when we bought the house, and then we planted pretty much everything you see here. We planted except for the three big trees. Everything else you see on the house, in front of the house, we planted with the exception of few things here. But this is a cherry tree here, and it blooms beautifully in the springtime. And then I have these loropetalums, that's what I call them. Sure, I'm mispronouncing them, but they're very resilient flowers. They bloom like for a long time, absolutely add color to the landscape. And I have some roses, and most of my roses died actually because I had somebody come and clean the yard, and I think they killed them. But anyway, these guys, I bought them for $1 at Lowe's, and they've been here for years, and they are finally thriving. Every year they would come back and they'll do okay, but I think they finally found their footing, and they look absolutely beautiful. And I bought 2 of them, and actually there were 3, but the other one died. But these guys are thriving, and they have these beautiful summer-long flowers all the way to the fall. And like most gardeners, you always have to have a postbox garden, okay? And this is my version of it. It's kind of crazy, but I always try and layer all my garden to bloom at different times of the year, so I always have interest. So these are irises, and you can see them, they're kind of dying at this point. I don't know why they're dying, but that's okay. They're very easy to grow. Don't have to do anything special to them. But they are doing well. They bloom early spring, bearded irises. And then I have lilies here, and I have this plant here which I planted from the seed, as you can see right there. I planted most of these actually from the seed. Then I have the peonies over there, and I have mostly peonies and these beautiful flowers. And then my climbing flower here is very delicate, maybe needs more shade, I don't know, but I don't take care of it. If it dies, it will die, but it also has beautiful flowers as well. And I'm gonna try and show you just a little bit of my house. And I don't like to show my house because, you know, people are crazy out there, but that's my front yard. And so here on the side of the house, I also have like a little bit more loropetalums. And again, I had hired someone to trim these, and they did a horrible job, as you can tell. But anyway, I'm not complaining. And that's our basketball hoop, which we don't use. We should be using it. Okay, so now I'm on the side of the garden, which I absolutely love because, again, formal. And we had to do this because ultimately we had a lot of water here. It was sloped and it was difficult to access the backyard, so we decided to come up with this design that allows us to put our trash cans here. So just rolling them from the sidewalk, it makes it easy. But I wanted to show you this. This is Mexican anise, and again, beautiful blooms, pink blooms, and absolutely smells gorgeous. And guess what? I have some dead people here. But anyway, this guy, we had to cut it back. It was like huge. We had to cut it like as back as we could so we can actually walk here. And then I have these salvia sage, basically, and sage basically is very easy to grow, absolutely easy to grow. And these things, we cut them back every year and they come back with a vengeance. So let me continue to go back to the backyard. As you can see, it's nice to have the trash cans here. And I was watering and this thing fell because I was pulling the hose to the back. And so I'm going back now to the backyard, and more hostas. Look at how huge that thing is. This thing comes back every year, reliable hostas. And again, this is another crepe myrtle. By the way, this crepe myrtle here, you can see how tall it is. We cut it back significantly. I planted this. It was like right up, before the end of the deck, and look at how big it is. And we cut it like really down this year. And then I'm going back to the backyard, and yeah, absolutely, we love to eat out here. That's all we do. On weekends, especially when everybody has time, we just come out here and eat out here. Today we might eat lunch here because it's absolutely gorgeous if it's not too hot. But anyway, yeah, there it is, my backyard. Hope you enjoyed the tour. Don't forget to thumbs up. And by the way, this is all labor of love. The hardscapes were professionally done, but everything that's planted, pretty much me. Look, standing water. I've been telling him to kind of drill that thing at the bottom so the water can come out. But anyway, I'm done. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed it.
Molo Mampel, Ninjan, hey Dubs. Anyway, I just wanted to tell you it feels so good out here today. It's about to get hot, but it's so nice right now because I'm sitting outside. It's early morning, just started working. Actually, it's what? Yeah, almost 11 p.m. and I'm sitting out here working and nangumsebenzi wami. But anyway, ngikubonga ngishela ngoku. And I'm so excited about igadi yam eMzansi because guess what? I have a very small garden, as you already know here. But anyway, I said let me send you this video. I hope you're doing well. Ndikubonga ngishela ngoku but ndizongena emeeting. Bye. Hope you enjoyed the video.